do 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 dum 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 dum. Mm, 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 mm. Happy mischief night. It is the eve of Hollow. It is October 30th. This is Gambling Nights, Wednesday nights, and you are listening to Money Pot Betting Show. I am Moss Money. I got my guy, my right hand man. They call him Be Humble. What's up, bro?
What's up,
Good
baby?
to see you, man.
Same, brother. Same, brother.
Been yapping a lot. Yap.
Yeah, man.
But a lot of interesting stuff in the background. But we are here to talk about all that's what's happening live and hot in sports. And man, we got a great show for you guys tonight because there's a lot that's happened over the last 2 weeks, especially in the last week of different sports figures making crazy mistakes and making the job easy for us to talk about this and have these conversations. So the game's on right now. And let's talk about the game. World Series. What's the score? They up 1 still?
6-5. 6-5 going into the bottom of the seventh, I believe.
Okay. So it looked like can New York hang on? So I think I heard they changed the format. Was it 2-3-2 or something like that?
I think it's still 2-3. Yeah, 2-3-2. 2-3-2. Yes, correct.
Okay. So one more game.
This is the last game.
Is the last game in New York and then go back to LA?
For 2. Yep.
For 2? Okay. All right. So that'll be interesting. But man, what we saw, what game was that? Game 1?
Yeah.
What we saw game 1 is something I've never seen before.
Huge.
Now, a Yankee fan did get banned, as he should.
Oh, I'm sorry. You're right. That was last game. That was game 4.
Game 4, right? Yeah, that's what I thought it was.
I thought you were talking about the grand slam of Freddie Freeman. That was crazy.
Oh, no. He's on a tear.
Yeah.
Greatest World Series appearance by, to me. Maybe Freddie Jackson can talk, but 5 straight games with home runs.
Big time homers, too.
Yeah, win game, walk-offs, insane. Yep. But what we saw from the Yankee fan and what happened, the first, so you know what? Let me play the video and then let's talk about it. So let's go back a little bit. So Bat's going for a fly ball. I think it was out, right?
Dude grabs his glove. Other dude holds Mookie's hand.
Crazy.
And he grabs the ball out. Never seen that before.
Like, look at that, yo. Like, if you're the player,
dangerous.
Yeah, like
he's grabbing Mookie's hand.
That's insane.
While the other one has the glove.
That's
like
insane.
To see that at that point, like if I'm fighting.
Yeah,
like, what are you doing? Like, don't touch me. You're like, that's where you, like, it's beyond crossing the line. Like, how these fans are getting a little riled up. They curse at the players. They give middle fingers. They do all this stuff, and they're getting banned. But you physically put your hands on me.
Yep.
Not only did you disrupt the play that was going to be an out, but did they call it out still?
They did.
They did call it out still? Okay. But you put your hands on me. Honestly, I don't think a ban's enough.
I agree.
I think he should be charged.
Well, I mean, listen. I'm with
it. Well, we gotta set an example. You cannot touch another. You can't touch in the field of play.
Well, it hasn't been strong enough already. He's only been banned for the nice game. It didn't say banned from the Yankee Stadium. It didn't say. It just said banned for the night. He can't go to Game 5. So I think that what happened, they gave his tickets away to some type of.
I think a cancer patient. I saw that.
Yeah, some special situation. But it was only for Game 5. Obviously, that's the last game of the season for him. But I think, for me, I'm with you. I think that's crossing the line tremendous. That's worse than running on a field to me, because you're now can physically hurt this player. You could have grabbed his wrist. He's hanging.
Yeah, he's
Like,
hanging. It could have went
you
the
don't
wrong way.
know. He's not expecting you to do that. Like
It's
it's.
bad.
I think Mookie handled it the best way he could have. But for me, I probably I don't know what I would have did in the response.
You
Now,
would
as a
have
fan too, listen, New Yorkers a little
come on, man.
crazy. You know what I mean? Them New Yorkers a little crazy. So I can see them doing that.
Hey, what's the matter with you?
But yeah, look, he was in my area. He was in my area.
You know what I
Nah,
mean, son?
but yeah, that was
Word is
crazy. I
bond.
don't think we've seen that before.
Yo,
Usually
God.
it's kind of like the opposite of like a fan catching the ball when it's in play, and that kind of just
Ripped it out of his glove.
grabbed his glove, and then the other bull had
And
him
then other
locked up
ball
with the other hand.
co-signed.
That was
Like,
crazy.
go get it. Yo, like I've never seen anything like that before in my life. Like, that is wild. And Phil, we get a bad rap.
Yeah, that's crazy.
Could you imagine that happening in Citizen Bank Park?
Oh, well, that'd be what we are. Who we are, they would probably
Like,
say.
could you imagine it? That'd be national news everywhere. I feel like the story's dying down.
Well, hold on now. So, they got invited to what's that sport? What's the Barstools? They got invited to Barstools. Did a whole interview and everything. He got a whole interview out there with the guys sitting down about what happened in that play. So,
So
hey,
what did he say in Barstools?
I didn't look at it. I just seen the clip popped up of him getting interviewed. I'm like, yo, why are they interviewing this trash behind dude
That's crazy, bro.
and making him seem like they caught talking about he's a legend? So when they walked to the door, like they were like bowing down to him and a whole bunch of dick riding shit. So yeah, I mean, I
If
guess
he
that's
gets
where we
any
at right
money
now.
from this shit, that should be wild, bro.
That would
Like,
be
I mean,
crazy.
it takes balls to do what you did,
It does.
but like that gives other people balls.
And that's why you gotta make example, like you said. Like I don't know about
Yeah.
assault charges, anything like that, but what I will say, they should be banned for sure, banned for life.
It should be the whole family should be banned. Like, everybody should take a hit. I just don't think it's enough.
Damn, the whole family just taking it
I
off. Take them
don't,
all
bro,
down.
because you got to set the example, man. Like, you have to. You got you have to slam. You got to put him under the Yankee Stadium at this point. You cannot let that be an okay, just one band or 5 years. Like, you got to be banned for life and possibly, or at least assume the threat that it's possible that you could be charged.
Yeah, you can see it.
You know what I mean? You can be charged. Maybe not like assault or something like that, but maybe something like towards like what's the joint like not private property. What's the joint when you can't, like, trespassing? Something around that, right? Like, because you came onto what would be considered private property, you're trespassing. You got to pay like I don't know, like a $2,000-$3,000 fine or something crazy.
Should be interesting,
And
man.
then community service.
MLB come down on it. I agree with you. I think you got to make a president. I think at the end of the day, we seen this happen, right? Texas Georgia game. They threw all the stuff on the field. Fans get real rowdy. And what happened? They changed the call after that. Like, that was great. I've never seen that before in my life. I've never seen a whistle be blown, the penalty be
in the mob,
administered. Bro. Yeah.
It's the power in the mob. You know what I mean? Like, we see it on social media. We see it obviously with this election coming up. Like, the power of the mob is for real. And then you have people who are powerful in the mob that will bail them out. Like you said, Bull already got in bar stools. Quick. You know what I'm saying? So, like, that's for me, that's you're making him famous at this point. Like, he's a name at this point. You know what I'm saying? I think Gronk came out and said something where like, he knows the guy. I don't know how true that is. And that's another thing. You can't trust anything you say, but the power in the mob is for real, bro. Like, it really is. And it's, people get like, that's really crazy, man. I think that's such a crazy video to watch. I can't believe something like that really happened in real time, in real life, at the highest game. Not like just a game. We talking about the series, dog.
Yeah, that was wild.
Wow. All right. Here's another wild thing that's going on. Speaking of, kind of like politics. As we're in the season, in the cycle, we had a crasher come at a post interview. The MAGA folks and the MAGA elites and however you want to call them. the cult-like following of MAGA. Nick Bosa showing off his colors in this post interview.
And we're not talking about the Niner colors.
Okay, let's pause that. All right, now you can't really see it that well, but it is a MAGA hat, "Make America Great Again" hat, showing off his political affiliation and endorsing Donald Trump for presidency, for the next president of the United States. I know we've had our conversations behind with politics and all that. To me, at this point, I'm kind of like it's on my feed, it's on commercials. You know what I mean? It's in our conversations. Like I'm just like getting like tired of it. I don't dig too deep into it. Even this is probably the first time I've ever dug this deep into it. But with that being said, what do you think of the backlash that Bosa is getting, and what do you feel about Bosa making his endorsement known in that way and kind of really hiding away from questions that come after that?
I'll give it to you like this. Listen, there's nothing new with Bosa and the MAGA. We know that's how he was like that in 2016. We know his uh, flavor when he was in Ohio State. So we know this is who he is. My problem is this, because I saw this live. I just felt like it was just disrespectful on many levels because you don't know anything about these people that's being interviewed right now, as far as maybe you do because they are teammates, their political views, but you don't know if they want that to be represented behind them. And you come up here and crash their party amongst, I think it was three other players in this interview to try to take over this situation by explaining who you represent. And then the second part of it is that, well, you made a point to go on national television to put your hat on, but then you had the opportunity to explain it and explain yourself. And you decide, and I quote, and let me just go to the quote really quickly. I don't want to misquote the man. You get to the podium after you wanted to advertise MAGA, which is your right, but not in that situation. Um, I'm not going to talk too much about it, but I think it's important time. But you were asked a question about what made you do that, and now you're going to backpedal. So for me, it's
You can
cowardly.
back up, be bitched up.
Yeah, it's cowardly. If you're going to do it, stand on it. But one, you need to apologize to your teammates because that moment was disrespectful. If you want to be who you want to be. I'm sure you got MAGA shit in your locker rooms. I'm sure everybody in the locker knows who you are. My only question, the first thing I saw was to the homie uh, group chat was I just wonder because there's a lot of different cultures inside of a locker room. Obviously, everybody comes together as
Mhm.
one to play a game, but you don't gotta like everybody in your locker room. I may not be your friend at all. I may not hang out with you. We may not talk after this. We may come here, come together, do our job, be good at our job, and then go on about
Mhm.
our business. But I wonder when you see that and it's kind of getting spewed in your face because unfortunately it's not necessarily just a political representation. MAGA has become more of um, a vile
It's a
rep-
movement.
representation of a lot of negativity in ways of people that aren't like them. Um, so I think in that way, when you're looking at it and bringing that into a locker room, if your teammate is not a representation of that, and you're walking around and spewing that, what kind of respect do you have for him? So you're ultimately choosing this over your you know what I mean? Like you're choosing your allegiance to this representation of MAGA than even your teammates to respect them and say, "Hey, hey, bro, I mean, I'm cool with you and who you gonna do, but don't throw that shit in my face, bro." You know what I'm saying? Because a lot of that stuff represents a lot of things that I'm not for. A lot of that stuff represents and been said that I'm trash, I'm garbage, I'm this, I'm that. Like that's what you're bringing into the locker room, and I know you're better than that. So it's a lot deeper when it comes down to the locker room. So that's just a couple things I want to say about it. Nick, God bless you, man. You do what you're gonna do, no matter what anybody said. You're gonna continue to do what you're gonna do. You're gonna be you. Your mom came in and tweeted and stood right by your side. So it's a family thing. So I just would like you to be a little bit more conscious, right? Because once again, you crashing somebody else's opportunity. Nobody knows Brock Purdy's a MAGA person. Nobody knows Brock Purdy's voting for Trump or if he's a independent or if he's voting for Kamala Harris. Like you interrupt that. Like you put yourself into his moment and other guys' moments, and then you want to go backtrack when you had your opportunity to express yourself. That's cowardly. That's some suck ass shit
Mm.
to me. But maybe that's the representation of what MAG is about.
Yeah, no, I agree with everything you said. I think the one thing that I want to add to it is that we know there's two things that really bring people together, and that's sports and music.
Mm,
And I think that in that locker room, there's a unwritten brotherhood. Even now, we being us being ex football players, if you ever seen your ex, teammate, whether it was a scrub on the bench or a starter or a captain, I would generally think that most people would show love, right? It's an unwritten rule, an unwritten brotherhood when it becomes in terms of sports. When you hit the field together, you bleed together, you sweat together, you go to war together. It's just unwritten. It's just brothers in arms, just like army. It's just there's something about it.
right.
So I think that when he walks back in that locker room after people absorb that and take that, um, I think they try to separate it and just keep the Nick Bosa MAGA part of him separated from the Nick Bosa teammate of him. Um, whether some people can do that or not, I don't know. Um, but it is an interesting thing to think about, right? Like especially if, like I said, once you get into the politics, the emotions can get really high, and if you don't have a high level mindset or an intelligent emotional brain or have emotional intelligence,
Mhm.
then you can find yourself get lost in the back and forth of those conversations,
Yeah.
and that's when things go south with friendships, with brotherhoods, things like that. So, um, you know, I think it was we talked. I think you had mentioned in the background a little bit about how this is getting compared to like the Colin Kaepernick situations, and
Yeah.
I think that is a bad comparison, and I think that is downgrading what Kaepernick stand for. This is nothing on that level, absolutely nothing on that level, in my opinion, and I think it's a fact. I don't think it's an opinion; it's a fact. Like him coming up showing a MAGA hat is not on the same political uh, opinion of what Colin Kaepernick was representing. Not only did he sacrifice his career,
Mm,
possibly sacrifice his life, but he is one of the most influential athletes to ever put on pads, in my opinion.
mm.
Right? He's up there with the Jim Browns and the people who've made considerable changes for Black folks. I started sitting for the national anthem because of Colin Kaepernick.
Mm.
You know what I mean? That's how he personally impacted me, whether
Right.
you like it or not. Right? But that's how that impacted me and people around me as well. To
Right.
really take a step back and really look deep about what we're seeing and to put that in comparison to this,
Yeah.
like I just it's such a disrespect to what everything Kaepernick has done to me.
So
Like
let me ask
just
you a question.
such
I
a
think
disrespect.
you're right on the mark. Do you think the NFL, if they are not already probably planning on coming down with something or some type of fine or warning, probably some type of code that they have, I'm sure, because when you do that, right? Like, what's the difference between him wearing a MAGA hat or not even that? It's not like him just wearing a MAGA hat because and he got interviewed. He went to
Mhm,
somebody else. He made a point to go crash a party, point your head his hat
mhm.
just to make sure it's being focused on television, right? I would say, what's the difference between that and somebody, putting their hand up like this, you know what I'm saying, during whatever they're doing, which I'm sure is not allowed. You know what I'm saying? Like throughout sports. Like is it on the same level as that type of political view where you gotta possibly say, hey, we don't like that. We don't bring politics into sports, at least in the NFL. We don't definitely don't bring it to the locker room. Or you think they're going to keep that in house? You think the San Francisco 49ers is going to say something because it seems small, it was so quick, but it's much bigger than what it is.
Yeah, I mean, I think that's a good point because putting up the black fist could mean something, and I think that they banned that after the Olympics thing. Is that was
I believe it's distasteful. I'm not sure. I don't know the bylaws and
because Malcolm did it.
um
Yeah,
Malcolm
Jenkins. I don't know if he got fined.
fined or not. That's a good question. I
Yeah,
don't know.
I don't know if he got fined. And and another thing too, shout out to Chris Long, right? That's a infamous picture of him with his fist up and Chris Long with his hand on his shoulder. Um, which no,
But
Chris Long.
that was
Was
during the
there,
Kaepernick. That was during the Kaepernick
yeah, but
situation.
is their family a military family or are they just a football family?
The
I don't
Longs.
remember.
Well, I know
Yeah,
they've been in. I don't know if they can do both, but I know they're a football family
yeah,
for sure.
football. I know they're a football family.
Yeah, the
Yeah,
dad, the
but
brothers.
I feel I feel like they're patriots though. They're
I
American
would say so.
patriots as well. And I think that means something because there are people who wears the Americana on their sleeve.
Yeah.
Um, yeah, that's a great point. I don't like. I think you can make the argument that it is similar. I do. You could, um, you could make that argument, but yeah, that'd be interesting. I think there was a conversation in house. Like, bro, you got to keep like that's too that'll charge people up really fast. And and you it didn't know. Here's a drop. His jersey is now the highest selling jersey. Nick Bosa jersey is now the highest selling jersey after that. His sales went through the roof after that. So now, like, I think they probably pulled him in. It's like, keep your political stuff off camera. Keep that. Like, if you want to be political, keep it in the locker room, really. Like, have those conversations with your folks, but this is football. Post game interviews are not for public opinion about your political affiliations. So
It's amazing to me. It looks like Dodgers just scored 6-6 tie ball game. Bases are loaded. Or no, first and third. It's amazing to me that
he's watching it, bro. Don't worry, Don. He's gonna keep us on the
yeah 6-6. It's a good game. Top of the eighth.
6-6.
One out.
I think the Dodgers should finish it off. To be honest with you,
I want to see a little more though. I want to see this to go back to LA.
yeah, because there's a couple people out there with some they're waiting for the Dodgers to finish it. I think there was one guy who had a $5 ticket for 20 grand. I think somebody else needs. They have 2 legs left. They have hey, speaking of Don, they have LA and the Lions to win the Super Bowl. It was I think $100 ticket to win like 700 grand. Like
What?
the Dodgers are well. He picked like all the winners. He picked women's basketball.
Okay. Okay. It
He
was more than
picked
just those two.
Yeah, he picked golf. I think Schaefer won something. He
Mm.
picked these two, and then I forget what else it was. It might have been something else. And he has these 2 legs left. But as soon as bro, for $100 for 700 grand, as soon as LA wins, I'm
Yeah.
probably cashing
Cash out. Well, you probably wait a little
out.
bit closer to the game, and then you cash
Yeah.
out.
Like
Because
yeah, it's
absolutely.
a lot though to leave on the line. So like, just think
Is
about
it?
that.
Go ahead.
If it's 800,000, and their cash out is say it's $100, and their cash out is say like 45 grand.
Oh no, hell no! I'm not cashing out of 45 grand
Yeah,
for
like
800K. No. You got to be in the 6 figures.
It's all right. So here, how about this? 80 grand, 83 grand.
I'm gonna hold it because I mean, I know Detroit's going to win a playoff game, right? So I'll just
Yeah.
wait. So I'll gamble with them winning a playoff. Once they win a playoff game, that shit going to continue to go up and up and up.
It should, yeah, it should.
Right. So,
but that first cash out ain't gonna be like 200-300 grand. Like there ain't no way.
Because we're a little far away from that.
Yeah, we're far away from football. Injuries
and we're also one injury away. One injury, knock on wood, a big injury away from that ticket being thrown up in the trash. But if it did get to a point, if it gets to like 200 grand, 300 grand for a cash out, I'm cashing out. And if I want to make an extra another 100K, I'll put 100K back on fucking Detroit on the plus money side. Right. Like why would I risk it? Just go ahead.
If you got 100K, if you got the capital,
just cash it out. I'm gonna run that shit right back for 100K. You know what I mean? I'll take, instead of it's gonna be $300, 300,000, I'll put 50K on it.
Yeah, I hear you.
You know what I mean?
Down, we watching it. Well, homie's watching it. I'm not watching. I don't got no TV in here, so. But yeah, we'll keep everybody up to date with the with the play for sure. All right. What?
Here it is. There's a run.
They got
7-6 Dodgers. Mookie Betts with a sacrifice fly to deep center field.
what's how many outs?
Runners advance. 2 outs now. 7-6. Man on first and third. And guess who's up?
Shohani?
Guess who's up?
Oh, Freeman.
I'm walking Freeman.
Legend right here.
All right. It got to be Betts is best than Freeman, right?
Well, I think Freeman bat second.
Yeah.
Is it Freeman?
Freeman bat. Did he bat? I don't know what he batted today. So no, Tani batted first, then a Mookie, then it's Freeman, right? Oh no, yeah, it should be Freeman up.
Who is it? Freeman coming up?
Yeah, Freeman's up. I'm walking Freeman.
They're not walking him.
Well, they should. We're gonna see in a second.
And you said players on second and third?
2 outs. 7-6 Dodgers.
Oh my God! If he goes deep, woo! You talking about a run?
Give him the best performance, World Series performance of all time
ever. I think he's already in the he's already there. This will be the icing on the cake.
This would be crazy. He's not really going to pitch to him. It's 2-0 right now. So at some point,
yeah,
just walk him.
Quick question: how y'all feeling about the NBA so far? You know what, Don? I haven't watched 1 ounce of NBA yet. You?
I watched a little bit of NBA, man. You know my Sixers, man. I don't know. We're gonna talk about them in a second, but
they're trash.
Lakers look pretty good. I'll tell you that. Anthony Davis looks really good.
He always looks pretty good.
Missed it. I don't know, man.
I don't know if the Sixers lost today to
the Sixers
bum ass Harris came in town.
Sure did, and we booed him and stuff. It was kind of crazy.
They booed him.
Yeah, they were booing him. So he put his hands up and put a hand to the ear and all that stuff like that.
Oh, did he?
He made like a little layup and stuff. So
that's funny.
But, I mean,
Bronny scored today.
I haven't. Bronny's still playing right now. He's still in the time.
Bronny scored today.
I can't wait till he put his ass in the G League, so he can get better. But yeah, I haven't watched too much NBA yet. My team is so bad right now; it's hard for me to even watch.
Yeah, Don, you been watching? Because I like it in.
Oh, was he trying to be smart? Like because we played Detroit today and we just lost? Is that what he's trying to do?
Oh yeah, I didn't peep that.
Hey, Don, he trying to be slick. What you mean? I want the best for the young fella. I want the best for Bronny. No, I love Bronny. I want the best for him. I want that man to play and get better, man. Stop putting him out with these.
You know how many videos we've done when I say Bronny and he's just like, and he's like, "Are we really going to talk about this?"
I just want Bronny to get playing time so he can get better and stronger. That's all.
He said, "No, the Pistons ass. Yeah, they are ass.
They beat our ass though today.
Yeah, they did. Yeah, they did." Well, let's talk about it then. About your Philadelphia 76ers. So right now, the 76ers do not have their stars. We don't know what this team exactly looks like at the moment. And before the season started, the Sixers were fined. I'm going to have my little banner up. Fined $100,000 for the handling of Joel Embiid's injury during, I guess, the off season because he's hurt and nobody really doesn't know. So here's the actual communication. Today, the NBA fined the Philadelphia 76ers $100,000 for public statements, including President Basketball Operation Darryl Moore and head coach Nick Nurse that were inconsistent with Joel Embiid's health status and the violation of NBA rules, including the league's player participation policy. Investigation also confirmed that Embiid had been unable to play in the Sixers' regular season games this season due to a left knee condition, and therefore his games missed have not violated the player participation policy. We saw the TNT crew already talk about this. Mm-hmm. We've seen KG talk about this, about how we always compare eras and like I just don't understand how you can really come out and tell the world that I'm never playing back-to-backs.
That was bad.
Like, I just don't get that statement. Like, I just don't understand where and why the need to even say that or even do that, or that's why we're even at. And if your knee is like, when'd your knee get hurt? Olympics, playing with your son, working out, losing 30 pounds. Like, where did the knee problem happen? Right. And did he get surgery or anything, or he just like rehabbing it?
I thought he had got surgery
I
from
thought
what
there
I
was some surgery with
yeah, I
it
thought it
too.
was surgery. But this is my problem with the 76ers, and salute to the NBA, and I hope they continue to find him because you don't disclose this information. What happens is not only is it about just them playing, but you're preventing. Oh
Zesty
god.
George.
What's happening is you 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 hype the season up for like this team that's going to be who this team's going to be a battling team. But you already know you have an injury of your star player, and obviously George got hurt later on throughout this preseason. But those season tickets that people are buying, you don't disclose that because you want the people to continue to buy them season tickets, them little 6 prorated packages and certain things like that. And that's
Right.
where it becomes a little tricky because now people are buying tickets to see a team that look like this, losing to the Detroit Pistons. You see what I'm saying? Against Tobias Harris. Like this is the problem. So what is the injury? Is he to me, I don't think he's gonna be coming back for a while. I don't know. It don't even it doesn't make sense. You know what I'm saying? So something's happening or something has happened where uh this is I think it's gonna be a little bit longer than just a 2-week injury. I don't think we might see him closer to maybe December. And you know he don't play on Christmas. So he not playing no back to backs. He ain't playing on Christmas. I mean, y'all just paid him 300 extra million dollars. Y'all might as well just, give him a front office and just have him make decisions up there, I guess. I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't know.
It's I typically don't bet or watch basketball that early. I kind of wait a little bit. Kind of get, have teams get into the swing of things. So yeah, I really don't have a statement about it. We'll see how this season progress with the Philadelphia 76ers. But they should be a good team, but I think Boston looks really good out the
I
gate so
mean,
far.
I mean, I like what I'm seeing. Maxey doing what Maxey doing, turning it up 25, 24, 45, 32 since
Mhm.
the season started. I mean, he's putting up a lot of shots, 25 shots a night, 32 night before, 23, 31 shots. So, I mean, it looks like he's just trying to do the best he can do to keep his team alive. You see, he hustles all over the court. Like he's that guy. Once we get the pieces around him, I mean, man, it's gonna be some magic, hopefully. Um, but I
Mhm.
hope we don't wear his ass out, you know what I mean, trying to just hold it down for the fort, um, until these other guys come back, right? Like, I think that's the concerning thing.
Yeah, and right now Cleveland is actually undefeated. Um, only, only actually no, Thunder's undefeated too. But yeah, I mean the teams that you expect look good. Someone look good, and the teams that this, I mean, I don't think there's any surprise teams. Like Cleveland looked good last year. Um, I thought Pacho from Magic dropped in 50 was kind of crazy.
I like Magic. Magic's gonna be like Detroit, Don. They're gonna be that dog that kind of continues to make an impact throughout the NBA. Like last year, they made the playoffs. There should be another step up for them this year. I'm really impressed by Boston. I mean, man, that's a hell of a team.
Yeah, Boston. I mean Boston. I don't think anybody can beat Boston.
Yeah, they are deep. They all can shoot at every level. It's just really
Yeah.
tough. It's gonna be a tough out. Um,
And I think Tatum has something to prove. Like even though they won, I think Tatum's got something to prove this year.
uh-oh,
That's just
base
my
hit.
thing.
Aaron Judge. All rise. A double for Judge.
He's having a good game. He had a
Yep.
homer. I think he walked a double. Having a
Yep.
real good game. Real good game. All right, let's stay with basketball, man. Let me I want to show you this statue. Just put it out
Why you
there.
sound so disgusted?
This statue. Because it don't work. What you mean? Like
statue don't work. What's it supposed to do?
It ain't supposed to do that. I'll tell you that. You know what I mean? I'm gonna show you this picture of this statue real quick. Hold up. Let me find this John real quick. I know I had it.
This is the great Dwayne Wade statue, right?
Yeah, this is a great Dwayne Wade statue. Let me get this one. Here we go. Y'all ready for this statue? All right, here's the statue.
Who's that guy?
That's the statue. That's not the statue right there.
Oh,
look at that.
Shit.
That ain't the statue.
Damn, that's crazy.
That is the statue right there. Let's go back. Let's do it one on one. You know how you go to get your eyes checked, right? Number one or number two?
You're like, hey, let me see it again. Do it again.
Yeah. Go back. Right.
Do it again.
Go back. Number one or number two? No, dog. They look the same. That's good. That's my prescription right there. They look the same.
I'm not a fan of statues with their mouth open like this. I think this is ridiculous. I think this just looks like a Florida man in a jersey. That's what the Florida man situations when we look at news. It's always like the Florida man robbed the bank, the Florida man murdered this people, the Florida man. This is like a Florida man in a jersey. Who is that?
It ain't Wade. He got his number, but it ain't Wade. You know what I mean? Don says Lawrence Fishburne. Oh shit.
Oh my gosh.
It's everybody but Dwayne Wade. That's the problem. We can talk all these things. It's everybody but Dwayne Wade. Now Wade came out and said it's not the big deal. He's lost his goddamn mind and he's lying right through his teeth. He was mad as hell as soon as he got in that car. Actually, no, he was mad as hell when he saw it. Yeah, like, yo, this shit don't look like me. You know what I mean? Like, come on, man. Like statues supposed to look like people. This stone ain't never changed. This is immortalized.
I know, that's crazy. Like, what?
And it don't look nothing like you.
I did see him in the background when this was being made, and like, that's why I told him, like, yo, you gotta do better. We gotta start this shit over, bro. Like, this don't look like me. Like, we gotta start this over.
We gotta start it over.
Like, get a new picture or something. Do something that you can do. Don't do that. This don't look like me. This is crazy.
Yeah, man, and it's a dope statue because most of the statues, they're all bronze, right?
Yeah,
they don't have the color.
Yeah, the color. Yeah, this is different.
Yeah, like this one's different. You know what I mean? But that don't look nothing like him. That is a complete mess. That statue is a complete mess.
Like, remember what's the bull? Antoine Walker. Don't look like Antoine Walker's face.
No, it looked like this bull. That's who it looked like.
That's
look at the cheekbones. Look at the face. You can't. Number one, number two. Same jaw structure, everything. If you don't know who that is, this is for my gamers out there. If you ever play God of War, this is the voice of God of War. Man. For my gamers.
You probably got some checks, huh?
Oh yeah, for sure. And he just got paid for this too.
Copyright infringement.
Yeah, copy. Yo, word. Could he? He probably could.
Oh, my approval. Yeah. Use my face and likeness or my name and likeness.
Oh man, but I mean, in all honesty, I mean, all he can do is smile. Dwayne Wade. All he can do is take it as a gesture to be put up there with the other great stars of franchises to be immortalized in his way. From obviously the infamous and most famous one of them all probably is Michael's statue out front. In Chicago, there is I think Magic's hook. Shaq's got one of dunking on somebody. I think Dirk, Kobe's dropped, Nowitzki with his one-legged patent fadeaway. I think Dr. Dre has one, right? Doesn't Dr.
And the best one of them all
I thought Jordan's was the best one.
Allen Iverson's.
Iverson's are small though.
No, but the most famous Philadelphia statue is Rocky's statue.
For sure. Yeah, for sure.
He wasn't a real person.
Yeah, it is. No, it is. But some people might say that Nick Foles, John.
The
Probably.
Nick Foles. I mean,
Maybe.
So let me ask you a question: does LeBron get a statue in Miami and LA?
He should.
That's pretty great. See, when you look at legacy, bro, that's a real legacy. Like having
legacy. He I can't have the conversation anymore with people. If you think LeBron is the greatest of all time, I'm all right with it. You know what I mean? I think Mike. I'm a Mike fan. I'm always going to be Mike. It's always going to be Mike, but I'm not arguing nobody no more. When you look at LeBron's career, I think I saw this from somebody we actually used to play poker with, the boys from the realest podcast ever, the boy Matt. He said this on something, and it keeps reiterating. Like, Bron really had maybe 2 or 3 Hall of Fame careers in his one career.
1 year, yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, his run with Cleveland could be argued that was a Hall of Fame career. His run in Miami could be argued in his career. Then he goes back to Cleveland to even solidify that legacy. And now his LA run is possibly Hall of Fame worthy. Like, I say this without issue. He is the greatest career we've ever seen from start to finish.
I think I gotta rock with you. I always say it this way. I think Michael Jordan was the best player of all time, but LeBron James was the best player of all time.
Yeah, I know.
That's that next level.
Right.
That's the next level. You know what I'm saying? You like, get the fuck out of here. What the fuck was that?
Right. Yeah, I thought you was about to hit me with some smoke too.
Hey, what's that? Some red table. You know what I mean? Some red table action.
Smoke. For sure Steph gets one. Absolutely.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, for sure. And I think Bron said this about Steph. What Steph got paid is nothing of what he done for that franchise. He changed that franchise being worth a couple $100 million to a couple $1 billion in terms of worth. And he only got like a couple $100 million. Like, they owe him everything.
But it's the thing.
Steph everything.
Steph's gonna get a statue at Golden State. The question is now, I know people don't like it that Bron bounced around, but Bron really deserves a statue in LA, Miami, and Cleveland. Like, he earned that statue to be right next to Dwade. I would say. Were they 2-time back-to-back champions there in Miami? 3-time, right?
No, they won 2.
3 times. The 2 wasn't 3.
They went to 4 chips and they won 2.
Went to 2. They won 1
because he's been to
10.
1
for
right?
LA. 1 in
4, right?
Yeah, so 1 in Cleveland, 1 in LA,
and then 2
in Miami.
Crazy. All right, let's talk about, because I'm getting tired.
You was drinking on something, putting you to sleep.
Nah. That was some
apple juice,
some ginger ale, some apple juice, and then some water. You know what I mean? But I'm talking about a different type of tired.
I ain't gonna lie. That was a lot of running right there that I did, and I don't think I was gonna be able to go that next place. So I just, this whole saying I just needed a break right there. Man, tired. I ain't gonna lie. That was a lot of running right there.
Want that to soak in.
And I don't think I was gonna be able to go that next place. So I just, this whole saying I just needed a break right there.
All right. We've both been on the gridiron. We've both been on the grass, the turf. We know what it's like to feel absolutely exhausted. But I have never, and I mean ever, seen somebody, especially at the quarterback position, tap themselves out. I've never, you know how you go like this, like, yo, I need, or you hit, give me one. I need one. Give me this one. Never have I ever seen that at any level. Or you get taken out because you look tired. I've never seen anything like that. Look at those beautiful numbers. 10 for 32. And then nigga, you was tired.
Yo, he tapped out like he could afford to tap out. Like you said, I think that's the first time in football history in a game, in a meaningful moment, that a quarterback has tapped out, but to have the nerve to
Crazy.
go on a post-game interview
Wow.
and answer it to say, "Yeah, man, I got tired. So I just figured I just had to tap out." Matter of fact, bro, and when I seen it, 'cause I was watching it live at the time, I thought he got hurt. And
He
I'm
should
just
have said I
saying to
felt sick or dizzy or some shit.
something, my ankle got twisted on the tackle, something, this is what happened.
Yeah.
I was thinking, "Yo, stay down because you gotta give you gotta get a backup quarterback a little time for them to get the warm up and get under, get a little warm up in the arm." You got Joe Flacco there who's like 60 years old. Like, you gotta give this guy some opportunity to get warmed up. This was a third and listen to me, people. This was a 3rd and goal in a game that you was in. 3rd and goal
That's so crazy. Do
that
you
you
feel like
decided
is that a sign of quitting?
100. If it ain't, I don't know. I think he really think this is what it was. I was just tired. But we look at it that way. His teammates looked at it that way. That obviously the organization looked at it this way. And since he wants to be tired and tap out, he just tapped his ass out
Yeah, he
for
did.
the rest of the year.
For the rest of the year. Absolutely.
And that's the statement you need to take as an organization. Because as selfish as that was to leave your soldiers out there on that field like that, because
Mm.
you tired, my guy, you can't give me one more. You got 5 O linemen on that line that never tap out. Can you imagine if your left tackle taps out without being hurt and say, "Yo, I can't do this 3rd and goal right now. Tap me out." You've never seen an O lineman tap out.
Never.
And you tapped out on your soldiers out there. They probably look on the sideline like, "What happened? He got hurt? Like, bro, what the fuck happened? This nigga always getting hurt."
Yeah.
Nah, he just got tired.
Yeah.
Wait, what? You
He
get
was
back to the locker room, you like, "What happened?"
he was running around a lot.
Though he ran a 10-yard, it was 10 yards. It's not even 10 yards. It was crazy, bro.
Yeah, I don't think I've ever seen or heard anything like this. I don't like that's such a kind of crazy thing, and like you question leadership at that point because as the quarterback, you're naturally the leader, and you question that. You question how
Nate,
are
what
you
was his
really about
stats?
this.
What was the stats?
It was like 10 for 32, 105 yards or something crazy, something stupid.
He tapped out. He tapped out.
Yeah, he quit. He quit.
10 for 30 something.
He quit.
The nerve of the nerve.
He quit. He quit on his team.
That's
It's-
quitting.
Quitting?
Quitting. That's quitting.
Bro,
Bro, that's it. That's so mind blowing when I saw it. And then when I heard when he said what happened,
what
like,
happened?
the PR person ain't gonna say, like, don't, like, "Yo, you had an ankle twist or something like that." Nobody. You just said, "Nah, man, I was tired. I was tired, bro. I had to tap out."
Yeah, yeah,
Well, all right. Well, go on and
yeah. You're
go
gonna
on,
tap
go on.
out and see Joe get this money. What
Pretty
you gonna
much.
say? Just that's so crazy, so crazy. Or what football? The trade deadline is coming up, and there's actually been a trade. Seems like the rich gets richer.
Mm.
We had a trade for Dante Johnson from the Deontay Johnson going from the Carolina Panthers to the Ravens, who are the number one offense in the league. I think it was like a swap of like 5th round or 6th round picks. I think where this was the details of the trade. But again, they're loading up on this offense, right? That's already loaded anyway. So what do you think this does for the Ravens? And does this put them in a position where, they can actually give a good fight for the AFC, with the Kansas City Chiefs of the world?
I'm gonna be real with you. Obviously it's a good addition, right? You get that deep threat on
Yep.
that, it makes them a little more electric offensively with the deep threat. But to me, let's take a look at it, right? Let's take a look. So first game they put up 20 points, which is a little bit, they played against the Chiefs opening night.
Yep.
Put up 23 against the Raiders. That was disappointing. They started 0-2. But they put up 28 against the Cowboys, 35 against the Bills, 41 against the Bengals, 30 against the Commanders, 41 against the Buccaneers, and this week, They put up 24 in a loss in a comeback by your boy Famous Jameis. I don't think offense is the issue. I think you got plenty of firepower on the offense. You just started getting Mark Andrews the ball. You got probably the best running back in the league right now, and King Henry, who's running his ass off. I think it's your defense. Your defense is giving up 29 points, 31 points, 23 points, 38 points. You had a good game against the Bills and shutting Josh down with 10 points. 25 against Dallas, 26 against the Raiders, and 27 against the Chiefs. Your defense is terrible. Okay? You guys are ranked in total yards 25th. You're 32nd against the pass. 32nd. There is no more teams beyond 32. You are the worst team against the pass. You are number one against the rush, which is probably keeping you somewhat in games. And 26th in points. So if we're talking about Baltimore Ravens, does this make an impact and change their trajectory? I don't know, because they can't stop nobody. So I guess they figure that we just got to continue to score points. So this may help us continue to score points, and it's going to be a whole bunch of high scoring games. This is a betting podcast. Anytime you see the Baltimore Ravens on your ticket, please look at the over. Please. They are over crusher. They are crushing the overs. You heard the numbers. Crushing the overs. I think the Buffalo Bills was the only under they had this season.
Yeah, I think that's a great take. And we were on the Cleveland Browns last week as well. I made some money betting the Browns. I was all over that pick.
You were 100% on that pick, especially.
Yeah, I was all
make
over
sure I
that
tune into our Thursday show. You know, he was definitely on top of that.
Yeah, for sure. We've been cooking on Thursday. I really feel like we got the hot hand on Thursdays.
We might gotta sneak this one in while we talking about it. Baltimore plays Broncos this week.
Yeah.
I don't know if they're at Denver. They're home against Denver.
No, they're in Baltimore.
They're in Baltimore, yeah. So, yeah. But I would still look at Denver's team total. See what that team total is.
I like Denver straight.
Ooh.
I don't think they're going to beat them by 10 points. That defense, and then against that offense, like I think Baltimore's going to be able to move the ball and score. But that defense is so bad. It's horrific bad.
Yeah, that's what I was saying. I think
like anybody's going to be able to score on this defense. And I'm not a big Bo Nix guy, but he's starting to cook up. And he does well against bad teams.
Denver scores the football.
Yeah, they can.
The last 4 games, 34 points. They did have a tough one against the Chargers, but Chargers are tight boxing games. Yep. Game. Put up 33 against the Saints and 28 against the Panthers. Now,
absolutely.
I don't see the difference in any defense between the Panthers and Saints, and right now the way the Ravens defense is playing, I don't see any difference. Give me team total over, because hopefully we can catch it at a short line, because it's a 10-point spread with a 46 total over and under. So you're telling me that team total got to be what? 17.5, maybe 20.5 between that piece of for probably 17.5. Got to be 17.5.
Let's walk into the sports book.
Let's just walk in. That's like a little
sidebar. You know what I mean? Let's give them what they want. Let's give them what they want. I go right to the game. See if they have it up.
Still early. This one's
still it's very early. But we're gonna bring up the sports book, y'all. We're gonna do this live. And give y'all a quick gem, quick free bet on a preview of Thursday's show. Let me see here. Of what we do. All right, so yeah. So the line right now is 9.5, which I think is entirely too high.
Check for injuries while you're on it. Check for injuries.
17.5.
17.5, right? That's what I said. Yeah. I said 17.5. Smack that on that floor. Smack that smack that.
17.5.
That's what I said. We know what we're talking about.
Absolutely. There's never a doubt in my mind. I like them straight though. I like them straight.
You like them.
Yeah. I don't think anybody. I don't even. Has Baltimore beaten anybody by 10 points at all this year?
You mean like about a spread?
Yeah. I like
Okay.
I like the 9.5. Let me see. Who's Baltimore beat? They beat the Bucks by 10.
And Buffalo.
And they beat the bullshit out of Buffalo. Okay. So they did beat somebody by 10.
No, I definitely like that.
And they were beating they were beating the bullshit out of Tampa. Tampa scored 21 points in the fourth quarter. That was Lamar's 5 touchdown game.
Yeah, put that money on that over 17.5. Denver can score 20.
Yeah, Denver's going to score 20. Let's look at that. Hold on. Has nobody not ever scored 20? Oh, the Bills. That's it. Just the Bills. So that's a great gem. What are they? 6-2, 5-3. So out of 8 games, only one team didn't score 20 points or over 18 points or more. That's it. And that was the Bills.
And Denver's been rolling pretty well offensively.
You already know the language, man. Lock that in.
That's the oop for y'all. We just throwing you the oop. This that Dwayne Wade statue oop to LeBron James.
I don't know.
You got to flush it though.
Yeah. I don't know. Kind of look like this boy though. I don't know. He don't look like he can dunk shit. So, we have our show tomorrow. So if you guys are ready for more bets, make sure that you hit that subscribe, hit that follow, hit that notification button so you know when we're dropping our free bets. College and NFL will be on the slate next week. We gave you a preview already tonight. Ohio State, Penn State, huge game coming up. We'll definitely be talking about that and your Philadelphia Eagles against the Jaguars. Couple of the bets. I mean, a couple of the games off the top of my head, I know we got some action on. So, for myself, Moss Money, that's Be Humble. This is Gamble Night. Don, appreciate you always showing love, coming on here and commenting and laughing with us. For everybody else, make sure you get those comments in, man. Let's have a conversation. We're trying to build a community up. So, don't be scared out there. Don't just be people watching. Come on in, join the conversation. We will see you guys tomorrow for the flagship show. Until then, have a good night. Make sure your kids are in, not throwing eggs at people's houses. Happy Halloween, and be safe out there. We will see you guys tomorrow.